I just got done looking at episode 4 of Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise is nuts, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. From an animation standpoint, it is amazing. Mappa is mopping the floor with anything and everything out when it comes to anime. The animation, when it comes to the fights, when it comes to the background, comes to the transitions, like the character movements, it's always all there. But with this specific show, it's explicitly different because this kind of takes luxuries a little bit of Attack on Titan in this specific episode, because in this episode, we're getting to see some of the monsters of this world. And I think also watching these criminals and samurai kind of like have to react in an unworldly situation. They also are assessing, is this heaven or is this hell? And I think the thing is, in this episode, like I, they pretty much found their assessment with it. Now, what I also did think was weird when I said like Attack on Titans, like these are giants. Like they're designed very weird. Some of them are kind of like morphed into looking like certain, deities from different religions and different locations, but very warped and very disturbing. Like the insects are morphed off of people's faces. And I mean, we saw in the very last episode, one of the criminals, like he was bitten by one of the insects, and he immediately cut his arm off because he knew for a fact it was going to change him. That dude's backstory was nuts because how do I put it with him? He's just got an anger issue. And anybody has anger issues like that and is that strong and powerful, you don't want to get in his face. Like when we saw him like 2 episodes back, like taking a person's body and throwing them around, like wielding them like a weapon. Like he's got some power. But even more crazy is the person that is his executioner, who's kind of got this proclivity with like the human anatomy and how to kind of maneuver around stuff, and he's very prideful when it comes to his people as well. So it makes it for a very interesting lineup of characters, because also in this one we finally get to see Gabby really let loose because he has to. He's trying to protect Sergei, and I think the thing is like he immediately gets hurt and she is stunned. Like he tells her to stay back, and like at first he was kind of struggling, it seemed like, but then he kind of was like, you know what, I'm just gonna turn off my humanity for a little bit so I can just take these things out. And he starts to really whop them all. And she's kind of left there stunned, and like she almost died. And the crazier thing is, at a certain point in the episode, he kind of was like, in the very beginning, he kind of honed her out. He's like, I need to survive. I need to survive. Don't need to think about surviving. I need to actually really run. He couldn't run anymore. And then it was like, can he protect her? And he told himself he wasn't, but then he went back and saved her anyway. And it wasn't just, I don't think that he's saving her because he knows if he doesn't come back with her, that he's not going to be able to get his pardon. I think that he actually respects this girl. He wants to protect her, like for real, because she really truly understands him and she's keeping the secret, which is his weakness. But I think he also associates him, like much like his wife, like a source of humanity, because he immediately saved her, but he left himself open to almost get killed. And then this where enters in another crazy character, and this character is actually also a ninja. Now, she may be the most deadly character they kind of come up against, because they were first like, why do you have 2 executioners? And then come to find out, like, she set up one of her executioners, and then somebody else was trying to help. But within this episode, like, she tries to seduce Gabby, and Gabby was like, "Yeah, I don't. You barking up the wrong tree, honey. Like, I'm not about that life." But the way that she kind of caught him off guard, and you know how strong he is, you know what his capability is, but he kind of was even caught off guard. Like, for a fact, like she probably done some terribly heinous things, and she probably gets off on torturing people. Now, I think that when she was telling her backstory, I think that there were some truths, possibly, with the younger sister. Like all these people, like there's a reason why they're criminals. They're not just doing it because they enjoy killing. I think that they all have like an actual arc. Now, with her, I don't know what that means. But she is very dangerous. But at this point, she providing them with intel and they need it. The last story of this episode was one of the more interesting ones, which was the two brothers. That one I thought was fascinating because they're put into a situation. It's not because they chose to be in it. Like they didn't have the choice. And so I actually really liked this episode because it rounded out three of the characters. And I don't know if they're gonna do that with the others. They even brought up the 47 Ronin in this episode. It's very fascinating. But yeah, another really good episode. Let me know what you guys think of Paradise. I'm sorry, Hell's Paradise, and in the comment section below. Did you enjoy it? What other things that you want to kind of pick up and talk about? I will be continuously reviewing each of these episodes each week, and yeah, I may actually be putting up our reactions to it as well on our Patreon. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Peace, people. Falling off the top of